We've just had a couple of storm fronts move through Washington state western side. Fortunately, where I'm at, we didn't have too many problems, but I know some of the people close to the coast got a lot of power outages and associated damage that comes with the storms that we have here. But I've just come up to the mountains today to come and see if my shelter has withstood what's been going on, and there's actually a lot less damage than I expected. Normally, after a good windstorm or storm, this forest looks like a box of matches with stuff just knocked down. But everything's looking alright today. Doesn't look much different from usual, so obviously the storm didn't come through here much either. It is very wet as usual, very soggy. The shelter's coming into view. Looks like it's still all up in one piece. Looks like nobody else has decided they'd like to live in it, hairy or not. Yeah, seems pretty much untouched. Bit of leaf accumulation here, but that's expected. And I've got a couple of holes to patch from smaller branches that have fallen onto here and made a few small punctures, but that's not bad. Looks like my supply of firewood has stayed dry. That's cool. And as always, this lifts up and folds back and gets out of the way of things. Alright, what's it look like here? Yeah, a little bit of accumulation, but it's mainly just organic mass. It's not so much water. The drainage has worked. Yeah, that's pretty good. Looks like whatever heavy rain we've had, the water has been able to drain away from here, which is good. Alright, bring you back in a bit. It started raining again up in the mountains, so I'm just literally chilling in my little shelter. Nice and dry. Temperature's not too bad, so I'm not worried about hypothermia or anything silly like that. This is just where I kind of have left extra tarps. Just made a bedding platform that's raised off the ground. It's hollow underneath. I dare say the mice have probably moved and then living underneath there. I just closed the gap between the actual bed and the frame with some small twigs and stuff. That just prevents anything crawling in there that I don't really want while I'm here. Just got a tarp down on the ground, which is enough for me at the moment. But I say that those little logs as they are pretty comfortable to sleep on. I wouldn't want to spend too much time on them, but actually surprisingly comfortable without anything even on them, to provide padding. I've got a small pile of wood just in case something happens, but anyway, I'll keep that kind of topped up as I use it. Yeah, it's quite nice. I like having this flap that I can put up or hang down like this. It keeps the water out. Yeah, pretty functional. It's very simple. It's not going to win any awards, but in a pinch I'd be more than happy to have it. I just wanted to show you guys what I carry for my little fire kit. It's pretty elementary, nothing exciting, probably not a lot of fresh information for people, but I'm bored, it's raining. I gotta move this camera where you can see. I don't know if you've got enough light to see what I'm even doing here. These little Altoids tins are absolutely indispensable. They are great for just any type of outdoor thing. I mean, God, you can put from food to fire making stuff in them. These are just little bags of magnesium which I've found online. Those really are the last ditch type of thing, but this is something that I make. This is you know, I do quite a bit of work in my shop, so I get, you know, wood shavings, sawdust, and just general, you know, fragments of wood, and this is what I've mixed just with regular Vaseline, and it makes a paste. There's a stick here. You don't need a great deal of it. I mean, you can just dig through whatever you need, put that onto your tinder bundle or onto some small stuff, and it really burns pretty well once it's going. It's not something that lights with a ferro rod. It's going to need a flame, but it definitely can get even pretty wet stuff going, so that's something you want to think about maybe. Just with these, keep them separate, because on a hot day the Vaseline might start to sweat a bit, you know, thin out, then you might get a little bit of it oozing out of the can, so just keep that separate in a bag. This was just a candy tin that I've got, and this is where the rest of the stuff is. Cigarette lighter, gotta have one. These are just fire cofflins, fire matches. I've got a whole bunch of these here. Good to have. Little tea light, also great for starting fires, also great for this illumination. I've got a whole bunch of storm matches and stripes. I've also got an Esbit cube, which either would go in the Esbit or you know, can be used to get pretty wet wood going. It burns for a long time, gives off a great heat. It packs pretty nicely into my bag. I've also got one of these oversized ferro rods, which are great, and on my knife in the front pouch I've got a smaller ferro rod and strike, as you can see there. So that pretty much takes care of what I need when it comes to making fire. You know, obviously if I can make a ferro rod fire, that's great, but I say in Washington State, a lot of wet stuff, so you really need to you know, try and bring something as an alternative. It's great to have primitive skills, but you can also be primitive skilling and freezing your butt off. And that's that.